Well, I'm very pleased with this gathering and this honor. It delights me. And I have to say, I always had a secret feeling that I wrote the absolutely best sexual scenes. But to hear them all together tonight, that was rough. I thought the point of writing really good, intimate, physically intimate scenes was not to be clinical, to always write the sentences that would make the reader understand that his or her own sexuality was better than mine because it was his or hers. So the cumulative list that I had to sit through this evening was really quite extraordinary. Nevertheless, you know, as I do, most of you anyway, that writing is really a very solitary, singular pursuit. No matter how many characters crowd the fiction of a work, the process itself requires solitude. So it is especially delightful to be among a room of my real co-workers, writers and readers. Each book that I've published seemed vital to me. Its birth and completion so meaningful. Therefore, you can appreciate how pleased I am to be at 85, involved in another fiction project. But just in case I don't get another half or full decade to finish, I want to leave you with something a part of the beginning. I put the cup on the windowsill to catch the blood. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about anything. In my whole life, I've never said a word. I am dumb. Well, what the doctors call mute. Ma said I was born without a voice box. Box? Couldn't they buy one? Anyway, being speechless doesn't mean I can't hear. I hear everything. Everything. A lot of it is annoying, even painful. So I protect my brain with earmuffs when I have to, just to tone down some sounds. The ragman and his horse, for example. Twice a month they come down the street, right in front of our house. The driver screaming for old clothes, the horse neighing and clopping. I didn't have them on when I heard Pa throw his Seagram's bottle against the wall. I turned away from the window and saw him drop to his knees, sobbing. His AA meetings at the Salvation Army worked for 2 months, but then he felt so healthy and improved, he thought he could take a taste, just a sip, and it would be okay. Instead, he drank for 3 days and 2 nights straight. When Ma complained to him about his shit-filled trousers, he hit her hard, right in the jaw. That was just before he finished the bottle, threw it against the wall, and dropped to his knees. His sobs are just like the neighs of the ragman's horse when the ice truck gets too close. I'll finish it. Thank you.
Can we have the artist back up on stage and Suzanne Nossel, the director of Penn?
To close this extraordinary evening, I decided to hunt for a quote that might sum up what Saul Bellow would have said about Toni Morrison. This was encapsulated in Bellow's 1976 Nobel lecture. He wrote, "There is an immense, painful longing for a broader, more flexible, fuller, more coherent, more comprehensive account of what we human beings are, who we are, and what this life is for. At the center, humankind struggles with collective powers for its freedom. The individual struggles with dehumanization for the possession of his soul. If writers do not come again into the center, it will not be because the center is preempted. It is not. They are free to enter, if they so wish." Toni Morrison has so wished for decades. Because she has again and again been willing to enter that center, we have all shared in the bounty of her broader, more flexible, fuller, more coherent, and more comprehensive account of what we human beings are, who we are, and what this life is for. When we celebrate her career and achievements, we celebrate our own freedom, the defeat of dehumanization, and the possession of our souls. For helping us celebrate all of that tonight, it's my honor to thank Toni Morrison for accepting our invitation for this special event in her honor and joining us for the award presentation on stage today. Kevin Young, Master of Ceremonies and incoming Director of the Schomburg Center, our performers, actors Adepero Oduye and Delroy Lindo, artists Jason Moran, Alicia Hall Moran, and Brandon Ross, Malika Darrow, co-curator and producer of An Evening with Toni Morrison, with Clarice Rosaz Sharif, Renee Boatman, Luis Jaramillo, Lori Lynn Turner, and Penn America's staff and interns, especially Paul Morris, Ariel Anima, and Lily Pilpot. And finally, I want to thank all of you for helping us to celebrate Toni Morrison and for standing with us in defending the freedoms that make her work possible. Thank you.